Warriors, welcome to another important video. Thank you so very much for joining me here today. My friends, before I get into the important topic for today's video, I want to remind you that the Health Anxiety Program is now available. 12 Weeks to Freedom from Health Anxiety begins today. And my friends, I know you're wondering what the topic for today's video is. What is it, Dennis, that you want to talk about today that is one of those habits, that is one of those patterns that maybe we don't recognize that we're doing on a daily basis? Yes, we feel like we need to be this kind of person when in fact it's only contributing to our addiction to suffering. The addiction to suffering. What an idea, my friends. What pattern am I talking about? I'm talking about pretending that nothing is wrong. Pretending that nothing is wrong. Tiptoeing around your day, hoping not to displease anybody, right? Not to get in the way of anybody's business, right? Hoping that you have a smooth day when in fact deep inside of you there seems to be this volcano boiling up within you, all consumed with rage, anxiety, fear, guilt, blame, unforgiveness. Oh, but make sure that you pretend that nothing is wrong. Does this sound like you? This was me for many, many years. My self-worth was very low. My self-respect was low, and every single time I looked in the mirror, I pinpointed all the things that were wrong with me and all the things that were gonna go wrong with me, internally and externally. Does this sound like you? If so, comment below. Let's communicate. Now, I want to bring to your attention some reasons in terms of why we do this, because the best thing that we can do starting today is to bring awareness to this pattern of pretending that nothing is wrong. When I can bring awareness to a certain pattern that you're running, you can do something with that awareness because you're already an expert. You're an expert at what you're dealing with. The truth is, the biggest thing that you are in fact dealing with is the struggle to change, preventing yourself, hesitating when it comes to change, changing your belief systems, changing your identity, in turn, lessening the anxiety symptoms and coming into your own. This is optimal health, mental, emotional, physical, and spiritual. So why do we do this? Why do we pretend that nothing is wrong? Well, let's dive deep a little bit, shall we? Society allows the expression of physical pain, but not so much the expression of mental or emotional pain. You know, someone will go in a tennis match and they'll go, "Hey, I'm experiencing this tennis elbow. It's really bugging me. Have you ever experienced that before? What did you do for the pain?" Right? And the other person goes, "Oh, yeah, I've been there. Here's what I did. Don't worry, it's going to lessen." And we find answers. We're able to communicate. We're able to create rapport and a bond with somebody in terms of that injury or that complaint. But when it comes to the mental and emotional side of things, it's not that easy to go, I'm suffering from anxiety. I had this twinge in my shoulder and I just can't seem to get over the fact that I keep Googling this symptom or these body zaps or this tingling or this lump in the throat, the dizziness. When we express ourselves in this way, right, many people can go, "Well, my God, I've never really experienced that before. I got nothing to say to you." And us being anxiety sufferers, we can take that sort of thing personally, okay, critically. So we're learning about ourselves now, right? We're learning about who we truly are beneath those blocks, beneath those layers, layer upon layer upon layer that says you have to be this way, right? Going through your day in robotic consciousness, right? Doing what everybody else does, walking the same way, saying the same things. Well, I want to disagree with those patterns. Because when you came to this world, you were this shining light. Oh my gosh. This beautiful child who was different than everybody else. And different doesn't mean bad. Different means good. So good. You were playing in the playground. You were expressing yourself. Mommy, I've got a boo-boo. Daddy, I've got this fear. Are you sure there's no ghosts or monsters underneath my bed? You know, and mommy and daddy helped us with those things. Authority figures helped us with those things. Friends and so on and so forth. And as time went on, things got tighter and tighter and tighter, smaller and smaller and smaller. And we started to restrict ourselves. Okay, we restricted ourselves in terms of what we expressed, how much we express. And the truth is that in society today, people are functioning way too much through their heads and not at all through their hearts. And this is the biggest problem. There's also something else. Pretend positivity only justifies the emotional suppression we've been under for all these years, right? Okay, right? Make sure that when you go into that office, you've got this massive smile, right? Everything's fine, right? Don't worry about me. I'm going to be okay, right? And inside, you got this boiling volcano going on, right? Consciously and unconsciously. So pretend positivity doesn't really help us either, because what's happening is we're only strengthening the idea that we need to suppress the very things that we're suppressing. Okay? And what this creates is, again, layer upon layer, from consciously being able to get to the root causes of our anxiety. Okay? Many times people can't recall their traumas, right? Because layer after layer after layer, they have done a tremendous job of stuffing things aside, suppressing them, not discussing them, not getting to the root causes of their anxiety disorder so that they can reframe them. To pretend that nothing is wrong is emotionally and spiritually toxic, since it defies our natural childlike ways of being. What I want to do today is I want to give you some words of wisdom so that you can take these words and start using them in your life. Because if you're pretending that nothing is wrong, you're always going to be living through your artificial programmed identity, and you're never going to be able to tap in to your natural, free identity, the one that you are. Not the darkness, but the light. So starting today, express without obsession leading to victimhood. You can express what you're feeling. You can express your emotions. It's okay, but just don't live in that place where it becomes a victimhood kind of cycle. Okay? You need to make sure that you find the balance. If it's healthy for me to express these ideas, let me do that right now. If it's healthy for me to express these emotions and these feelings that I'm feeling right now to people or not, maybe I'm at a park and I feel like dancing. Dance. Maybe I just thought about that trauma from when I was a child and I'm sitting at that park and I feel like punching something. Well, grab your bag, punch your bag. There's nothing wrong with that. So I want you to understand that it's okay to be expressive. It's a part of your true identity because you're moving towards a life where you're going to be childlike again, leaving behind your childish ways. Your childish ways are basically in line with your old programming, the programming that was given to you. Okay? And remember that if you live a life of suppression, if you live a life of anxiety, if you live a life of being in fight or flight, hoping not to displease anybody else, what's going to happen is you're never going to have your own perspectives. You're never going to have your own perceptions. You're never going to have your own belief systems. Is that what you want? When you're 90, 100, lying there on your deathbed, looking back on your life, going, I'm so glad I didn't let anybody down. Is that what you want to say? No. What you want to say is, I lived a life full of memories. I gave it everything I had, and I'm so proud of the life that I lived. I shined my light onto this world. I stopped pretending that nothing was wrong, and I started to become real, and I am so proud of myself. And I can leave this world better than when I came to it, because I contributed. I have value within me that I need to share. So share, my friends. Starting today, you have the green light to be more expressive. Stop pretending that nothing is wrong. You may have to sacrifice a few things in your life. Maybe some criticism from people. Maybe other people won't accept this new you. Maybe other people will be overly worried about you. It doesn't matter how other people interpret your expressiveness. That's not what's important. What's important is that you understand the power of expression. We need to live in a society where it's okay to share our concerns, mental, emotional, and it's okay to share our wins. Our wins when it comes to the mental side, the emotional side, the spiritual side. We have to bring into society the green light to be expressive and not suppressive, because that only leads to more physical problems. You don't want that, and you don't deserve that. My friends, remember that you are more than anxiety. Give this video a like, and please subscribe if you haven't subscribed to this channel yet, and I'll see you very, very soon. Love you so very much.